What if one moment, one gesture, one kiss could redefine the emotional landscape of millions? What if the soft press of lips, captured in a fleeting frame, could send shockwaves through fandoms, ignite debates, and leave even the most stoic hearts trembling? On a quiet Tuesday evening, the world didn't just witness a kiss, it felt it. And the man behind that seismic emotional shift? Kim Seokjin, better known as Jin from BTS. But was it just a kiss? Or was it a declaration? The image surfaced without warning.
No teaser, no condom, no cryptic caption.
Just Jin, radiant as ever, leaning in with a gaze that could melt glaciers, lips brushing gently in a moment so intimate it felt like trespassing. The internet didn't just react, it exploded. Within minutes, timelines flooded, hearts raced, and the question echoed across continents. Who was the recipient of that kiss, and what did it mean? This wasn't a scene from a drama, nor a promotional stunt. It was real, raw, and devastatingly beautiful. Fans who had followed Jin's journey from debut to global icon knew this wasn't just about romance. It was about vulnerability. Jin, often dubbed worldwide handsome, had always balanced charm with mystery. But this was a crack in the armor, a glimpse into the man behind the legend. The emotional gravity of that moment wasn't just in the act itself, but in the timing. Jin had recently returned from his military service, a period marked by silence, longing, and anticipation. His reappearance was already a cause for celebration, but this kiss, this unfiltered display of affection, felt like a homecoming gift wrapped in sentiment. Was it a message to fans? A personal milestone? Or something more? Social media analysts noted an unprecedented spike in engagement. The phrase "Jin kiss" trended globally within seconds, surpassing political headlines and sports finals. But beyond the metrics, there was a deeper resonance. Fans described feeling seen, validated, and emotionally overwhelmed. Some cried, others wrote poetry, a few even got tattoos. It wasn't just about Jin, it was about what he represented: love, connection, and the courage to feel. Experts in pop culture psychology weighed in, calling the moment a parasocial breakthrough. In an era where idols are often kept at arm's length, Jin's kiss shattered the fourth wall. It wasn't staged. It wasn't filtered. It was human. And in that humanity, fans found themselves. The kiss became a mirror, reflecting desires, dreams, and the aching need to belong. But who was the other person? The frame was tight, the angle ambiguous. Speculation ran wild. Was it a fellow celebrity? A longtime friend? A romantic partner? Jin remained silent, letting the moment speak louder than any statement. And perhaps that was the point. In a world obsessed with answers, Jin offered emotion. In a culture driven by clarity, he gave mystery. Fashion critics dissected the outfit. Body language experts analyzed the posture. Lip-reading enthusiasts tried to decode the whispers. But amidst the frenzy, one truth remained. The kiss had transcended its medium. It wasn't just visual, it was visceral. It lingered in the air, in conversations, in the quiet moments before sleep. It became a feeling. Jin's artistry has always been rooted in emotion. From his solo tracks like Epiphany and Moon to his heartfelt speeches at award shows, he's mastered the language of sentiment. But this kiss? It was a new dialect. Wordless, yet eloquent. Silent, yet deafening. And in its wake, fans weren't just reacting, they were transforming. Relationship therapists noted a surge in couples referencing the kiss during sessions. "I want to feel like that," one client reportedly said. "I want my partner to look at me the way Jin looked in that moment." It wasn't about celebrity worship, it was about emotional aspiration. Jin had set a new standard, not just for idols, but for intimacy. The ripple effects extended beyond fandom. Brands scrambled to capitalize, launching kiss-inspired campaigns. Artists painted tributes. Writers penned essays. Even university lectures incorporated the moment into discussions on media impact. Jin's kiss had become a cultural artifact, dissected, celebrated, and immortalized. But amidst the chaos, a quieter narrative emerged. Fans began sharing personal stories of loneliness, of longing, of love lost and found. The kiss became a catalyst, unlocking memories and emotions buried deep. Jin hadn't just kissed someone, he had kissed everyone. Through the screen, through the silence, through the shared heartbeat of a global community. And yet, Jin remained elusive.
No interviews, no clarifications.
Just a few cryptic posts, each more poetic than the last. Sometimes a moment is enough, he wrote. Sometimes a feeling doesn't need words. Fans clung to every syllable, decoding, interpreting, feeling. Was it a performance? A confession? A farewell? Theories abounded, but perhaps the truth was simpler. Perhaps Jin, in his infinite grace, had given the world a gift, a reminder that emotion is universal, that connection is possible, and that sometimes one kiss really can hold a million feelings. As the days passed, the frenzy mellowed into reflection. The kiss became less about speculation and more about sensation. Fans revisited old songs, rewatched interviews, rediscovered the essence of Jin. And in doing so, they found themselves. The kiss had opened a door, not just to Jin's heart, but to their OW and IN, a world often numbed by noise. Jin's kiss was a symphony. In a culture saturated with content, it was a moment of clarity. And in the hearts of millions, it was a spark of hope, of love, of the beautiful possibility that maybe, just maybe, the world could feel like it belonged to just the two of us. So we ask again. Was it just a kiss? Or was it a revolution? And just when the world thought the moment had passed, Jin did something no one expected. He posted a single photo.
No caption.
No context. Just a close-up of his face, serene, eyes half closed, lips slightly parted. The same lips that had ignited a global emotional wildfire. It was as if he was saying, "You felt it, didn't you?" And yes, we did. The emotional aftermath wasn't just confined to fans. Industry insiders began reevaluating the boundaries of idol expression. Could this be the start of a new era where vulnerability wasn't just accepted but celebrated? Jin, always ahead of the curve, seemed to be leading a quiet revolution, one kiss at a time. Music critics revisited his discography, searching for clues. Abyss, Tonight, Yours. Songs that once felt melancholic now carried new weight. Lyrics were reinterpreted, melodies re-examined. Was Jin always telling us he longed for connection? That beneath the polished exterior was a man yearning to be understood. And then came the interviews. Not from Jin, but from those who knew him. Fellow BTS members, stylists, producers, each offering fragments of insight. He's always been deeply emotional, one producer shared. That kiss wasn't planned. It was Jin being Jin. Another added, he wanted to remind people that love isn't just for the stage. It's real, messy, and beautiful. The mystery of the kiss's recipient remained unsolved, but perhaps that was the point. In not knowing, fans projected their own stories. For some, it was a symbol of self-love. For others, a reminder of a lost romance. And for many, it was simply a moment of beauty in a chaotic world. Jin's silence became its own kind of poetry.
No explanations. No apologies.
Just presence. And in that presence, fans found peace. The kiss wasn't about answers, it was about feeling. And feeling, as Jin reminded us, is the most human thing of all. As weeks turned into months, the moment didn't fade, it evolved. Art installations emerged in Seoul, New York, and Paris, each inspired by the kiss. Fans organized meetups, not to discuss theories, but to share emotions.